Joe and I have always enjoyed active holidays. When I first met Joe, I was in fact training for a 100-kilometre event in a team of 4. But soon after we started dating, we began going on motorcycling trips in the States. We've ridden all around the States. We've ridden in Cuba, and we really enjoyed doing that. Then we've also continued doing events, so half marathons, marathons, more of these sort of 100-kilometre events, and we've done those with friends and really, really enjoyed that. In recent years, we've been doing a bit of cycling in Europe. So we've cycled in France, we've cycled in Portugal, and we've really enjoyed doing that. So it's very much a constant theme in our relationship is moving, completing things, and the Appalachian Trail has fallen firmly in that territory. We really enjoy doing it together, but we also want to finish it, which is why in 2023 we're heading back to get some more miles done. Which is why at the end of April we found ourselves back in the car with a local park ranger and been given the opportunity to walk some of the local tracks. Now these are tracks that are open and have sustained maybe a small amount of damage, but it was a chance for us to get back out there and walk on some tracks which in fact we hadn't walked previously. So it was a great sense of relief to realise that although Piha has sustained a lot of damage and the walks aren't easily available, that where we live in the Waitakere ranges, there are other amazing walks that are still available. This was a hard walk. It was so much elevation. It was so steep. We were climbing up the sides of blimmin' mountainsides. We were climbing down rocky mountainsides. And as we looked back and saw where we had come from, it was a bit like Machu Picchu. You know, you could just see it kind of winding up the side of this really steep mountain. It was hugely satisfying. But as the day went by, the weather got worse and worse and worse and worse, till finally we found ourselves back out in the black sands of a west coast beach, one more mountain range ahead of us to climb over in the rain. And we just trudged along. I think at this stage we were around about 20 kilometres. In total it was 27 kilometres. It took us all day, but it was fantastic just to be back out there and feel that sense of achievement and see those amazing views that we lived surrounded by. But, you know, at the end, we treated ourselves with cheese and wine, which we found as great recovery food. Did I mention that we were going to Fiji? Well, we have a friend called Amanda who had a very special birthday, and with about 40 other New Zealanders, we flew to Nandi in Fiji to help celebrate her awesomeness.
Fiji time now.
There you go.
And it's hot.
It's hot. And Joe Charge, was every baby in New Zealand on that plane?
It was a crash.
It was a crash, but it was fine. They deserve a holiday, don't they?
Yeah, we've got 6 days or 7 days here now, and it'll be awesome.
Woo!
G'day, Flash.
G'day, Charge. How's your morning been?
Sitting by the swimming pool,
Only had one cocktail so far, but about to have a nice cold beer. Straight out there's the Pacific Ocean, beautiful Fiji. About to have a lazy lunch. We're good. We got up this morning, went to the gym, and did a little bit of exercise. Somebody did a lot more exercise than me. Oh, that was you, Flash.
Oh, I have.
Anyway,
Right.
my right arm's going to do exercise.
Right, it's time to look at the menu and work out what we're going to eat. We're going from meal to meal at the moment. There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, Charge.
Morning, Flash from, or should I say, Bulla in Fiji. We're doing some training. We're in our jandals, flip-flops, and going for a walk.
I'm going to hang up now because there's someone coming. So, as Joe said, we're in Fiji and we're on the countdown to getting on the plane and heading back to New Zealand. We head back to New Zealand. Today is Wednesday. Today is our friend Amanda's 50th birthday, and we have a big party in a floating resort called Seventh Heaven. So everyone else is catching the bus down to where we catch the boat, but of course Charge and I feel compelled to walk there. It's been a really relaxing week. Lots of people, lots of party, but I am conscious that come Tuesday next week we're going to get in the plane, fly to Atlanta, Georgia, and start walking. And yeah, mixed feelings. I'm excited, a bit, yeah, there's a bit of nerves, I think, and not about the logistics because we've done this before, but it's more about Joe's still carrying a foot injury, which is concerning, and the fact that we haven't done the amount of training we did last year. But it will be fine, and I'm excited to get started. Time to head back to New Zealand and get started on all of those jobs that we need to do for the last few days. I took the girls out to brunch and we had coffee and caught up, and of course I embarrassed them by filming them in a cafe, but that's what mothers do. We had some lovely friends staying with us from the United States. They'd been in Fiji at the party with us. So we left them in Auckland, but had a last delicious dinner with them the night before we left. And of course, it was important that I took them for a walk up a hill. So we went for a walk up Mangawhau, or Mount Eden. But as we looked across Auckland City, you could see there was a whole bunch of really ominous weather coming in. So there had been reports of bad weather. We managed to get up the mount before the weather set in, but we could see it coming. Well, it's getting real now. Of course, the roads were like a car park, but we'd left really, really early and anticipated that it was going to take us a long time to get to the airport, but it probably took longer than I'd anticipated. Anyway, we made it in one piece with plenty of time to spare. So wow, I'm at Auckland Airport in the lounge waiting for our flight. We ended up coming out 5 hours early because we're having, what do they call it, an atmospheric river. There's an atmospheric river pouring out of the Auckland skies all over Auckland, and there's flooding. There was a civil defence emergency went off on my phone. So given we've had some real disasters in Auckland, Joe and I decided to pack up and come out to the airport really early. So we have got rid of our luggage and we're just poring over our Appalachian Trail guide just to think about what we're doing for the first couple of days. We've got a few things to sort out. We've brought a whole bunch of food with us, so we're trying to work out where we're going to mail it to. That's our quest, to eat more protein on the trail. And but we've got accommodation sorted for the first 2 nights, so that's all good. The weather looks way better in Atlanta than it does in Auckland, New Zealand, which is just diabolical. So I'm going to go back to my cup of tea in the lounge and keep thinking about the first couple of days. It feels a little bit surreal. It's hard to get my head around that we're finally here after all of the planning and thinking and talking about it. But I'll keep you posted, and I'm so excited.